Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Berserk, episode 14.
Okay.
Yep, we got the cliffhanger from the previous bit.
Yep.
And
big old fight happening.
Yep. Casca not doing good right now.
No.
I really hope she makes it out of this okay, and not getting raped would be
great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
There's not really much to say.
Not really.
Not really much. So yeah, let's just get into this episode and see how Guts kills the remaining troops there. All right. Let's get our grasses on.
That's right.
Yep.
And hopefully nothing will be wrong.
Hey, that's a one-handed sword hold right there, so...
It's true. I mean, we've seen him do it when he's on, like, horseback, but yeah.
Ah, that's true. You're right.
Mother, show you another way, so put your grasses on. Nothing will be wrong. There's no blame, there's no fame. It's up to you. The choice words should be found, and whatever holds you back, I can't get it off. Tell me what.
So that flower burning up, I've been thinking about the opening in terms of like imagery and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The opening is Guts, right? Because he's the main character and stuff. I have a theory about why it cuts in between him and the flower. Bonfire of Dreams. Oh my, that's a title. I like it. At least he has to get his armor off in order to... to like drown in her own blood. Yeah! Oh! Yeah, Casca! Go! Oh my gosh! Whoa! Okay. Move quickly. Oh!
Yeah.
Dang! He's gonna get one swing. You have to dodge it, go underneath it. Yep, go underneath it. Whoa! Who dis? Oh! They're here!
Yeah.
Yes, Judo! Okay, so reinforcements are coming for Guts, actually. It's his own men that are gonna call him the Black Swordsman. Because they're gonna come in and see this carnage, and it's gonna make them run away. Oh. Oh!
Yeah.
Oh! Picked him up into the air!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! His sword is that blunt, he can just put his wrist guard against it. Oh! Wow! Oh, and it went deep.
Yep.
Save Guts. Yeah. I like that she's not like doing the maiden thing of pass out. And
Right.
no, she's running back.
Yep.
To help
Which
him.
makes sense, right? Because you need to actually lead them there, otherwise they might not find them in time.
Yeah, she ran for a long time. Oh my gosh, they're gonna come there and they will already be dead. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh my gosh, that shot. He looks like one of the corpses except for the way his sword is propped up. You know, right.
And look at how the sword is like just
ruined.
Trashed. Yeah.
Yep. See, his cloak is brown.
Oh.
Yeah. And he gets a new cloak later. You're only joking, right? Oh my gosh. Oi. Stop shaking me. That hurts. Yeah. Holy crap. No big deal. Damn it, he is alive! Corcus, you shut up! Who cares? As prescribed, total bed rest. Oh, gotcha. Oh, guarantee. Yeah, yeah. Whoever heard a thing of a guarantees, yeah. He's like, hey, you guys are alive. Let's focus on the positive.
It didn't go completely horribly bad.
Wow. Right. Yeah, he doesn't know about all this yet. Oh. Those words had some cool, like, layers to it.
Yep.
Big sister. Cool. We have never seen these two talk alone. Right. That's good of him to say that to her.
Yep.
Because he knows that...
Right.
That
how much that means.
And another thing, not as big of a deal, but just a small thing. Ha! Traveling players, like musicians? Made from fairy dust? We're bringing up fairies? What? Huh. I really hope this isn't some, like, bad juju stuff, you know, like... This is really nice of you, Judo. Jeez. Yeah. Oh. Where did that big boy run off to? Come on. He likes high places. He doesn't like to be in kind of group situations and stuff.
Yep.
And he doesn't like the feeling of lying down in a tent, you know.
Right.
Because the last time he was lying down in a tent.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Pain will do that. Cool. This is from Judo. Whoa, wait a minute. Bullshit. Yeah, that's why I can't look at you right now. Like, he might have ran away. That's a good point. We don't know.
He is very good at doing that.
Yeah. Good. Guts is talking. Dang, Guts. A bonfire of dreams. Yeah. Roll credits. Don't say that. With the music. Wow.
でもな、ここに俺の火はね。俺はそのかがり火でちょいと温まっていこうとブラッド立ち寄っただけなのかもしれねえな。俺はこいつさえあればどんな戦でも生き残る自信がある。実際今までだってそうだった。鷹の段に入る前だってどんなひでえ負け戦でも俺一人は必ず生き残った。 そんなことに大した意味はねえのさ。俺は物心ついた時には戦場にいた。俺を育ててくれた傭兵団のボスは剣の振り方以外何も教えちゃくれなかった。俺にはこいつしかなかったんだ。死にたかねえさ。だけどただ死にたくねえってだけ、ただこいつを振り回すことしか知らねえってだけで俺は戦をやってきたんだ。
まさか鷹の段をやめるつもりじゃ。ガッツ
言ったろ、この遠征だけは張ってでも付き合うって。
グリフィスが帰ってきたよ。二人が無事だって聞いて予定を一日繰り上げてきたんだって。
No.
あ、ガッツ大将。
He has to hold his sword.
Of course.
Yo.
すまないグリフィス、私のせいでみんなの足を引っ張ってしまって。体調が悪いのを押して出陣したのは私のミスだ。それだけじゃない、ガッツと切り込み隊まで千人長として失格だ。どんな処分でも何すんだバカ。
おかえり。
Go recommend and jump on me too. I'm not responsible for this. The 100-man fight. Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
My gosh. Okay. This episode had some. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that they didn't drag on the fight, actually, because of the fact that they made time for all of this to happen.
Right. Exactly.
I am so much more of a fan of.
Yep. They showed enough of the fight in the previous episode, so you're like, you know what happened basically, and they literally had Guts be like, I don't really remember what happened. It just all became a blur.
Yeah. Okay. So this episode did what I kind of wanted them to do in the previous episode by having Guts do some talking.
Exactly, right. Because he started to, talk about stuff in the previous episode, but then he's like, wait, no, now's not the time for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Casca's okay. Judo and the Band of the Hawk, or just some soldiers, saved her. I'm really glad that whole thing went that way. I like that when they found her, though, she was fighting. She was not...
Exactly.
On the ground.
Exactly.
I do like also that in that moment where they gave her a free hand, she grabbed the stick and just shoved it into that guy's eye. Oh my gosh. There are those moments where it's a bit graphic, but it still gives you this sick sense of satisfaction because this sicko who is on the receiving end of the violence is like, yeah. Oh, that felt good.
That comeuppance.
Yeah, exactly. So Casca's fine. Guts got seriously wounded a lot. He had some big cuts, some big puncture holes in him all over.
Right.
He seems like he'll be fine. They introduced Plot MacGuffin McKeely juice into this show. Now, they didn't use all of it either. They made a very clear point of being like, we're not going to make a point of saying that we used all of it or didn't.
Judo wasn't like, give back the rest when you're done.
Right.
But at the same time...
No, he's saying, give him the medicine.
Right.
It's a trade for 100 men.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And it's the kind of thing where I like that it insinuates, a connection to the whole magical, supernatural side of things, but it's fairy dust.
Right.
Which is like...
that seems like... We have Zod.
Yes, we have Zod. Exactly.
And then we have
fairy dust. What? What? Right. So what if fairies are actually just creatures of the Fae and they are not good things? That could be a real thing. But generally, teal green is the side of good. It's like the color of the ocean, essentially.
Yeah. Right.
And water is generally on the good guys' side.
And also the idea that,
magics.
it has healing properties. Like,
right.
you know, yes, Zod sweat, like, you know, has healing properties. Or something. You know.
Or basically, like, we'll find out that the hand of God is not hovering in the sky. It dwells in the seas below with, like, some eldritch horror. Yes, exactly. Fairy dust.
This is actually just a setup for the 4 elements, where there's one element for each of the magical creatures. You know,
it's like some algae, whatever, that clung to the Cthulhu monster. Now, anyways, we're joking, guys.
Yeah.
The good stuff in this episode came between Casca and Guts, big time. So here's the thing. They went through all the plot stuff relatively quickly.
They did.
Really glad they did that. They got them back to the camp. Griffith's not there, but he will be there. Everyone's super happy to see them.
Right.
Casca's, you know, feeling bad because this is
she feels responsible.
Kind of her fault, but not really as much. It's
right.
You know,
stuff happens.
Stuff happens and stuff. So, Guts has this thing that he feels always distant, I think, a little bit from the whole family thing.
Right.
Now,
even though he knows about, you know, what Gaston wants to do once the war is over, and how, you know, I forget the other one's name.
Nissan or
wanted to propose to the girl again.
Nico or something like that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I love those little things, because what it is it's showing that Guts is invested in the family of the Band of the Hawk.
Even if he still feels like
not one of them.
Yeah.
So when he has these moments like this and he's considering leaving because he doesn't have the dream. He doesn't have the purpose. He doesn't burn with the same fire that comes from Griffith.
It's like, if you think about it, that's an amazing thing to have happen for a main character that, for all intents and purposes, has been all about that min-maxed combat, right? But then they're like, wait a minute.
What's my point in the story?
What's the meaning of my life? And,
right.
You know, and all that stuff.
The cool thing is that him being aware of that means that he can change. Means that he can choose something.
Yeah, choose something. Find that thing
he can do whatever he wants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's that.
It's like that was said previously in the show or something.
Yep.
So it's him being in this moment of kind of having his whole life kind of pass in front of him as he almost died just recently. He's like, I've been thinking.
Yeah.
You know, I was like,
100 guys by yourself tends to help you put life in perspective.
It wasn't his body that was burning. It was his mind. He's been like, I've been thinking. And I know I don't do that often, but I was thinking.
Yeah. You know, I've been thinking. That's a very good habit, Guts.
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm not going to take on 100 men at a time once.
Judo, I'm afraid I've been thinking. A dangerous pastime, I know.
Okay, so with Guts being in this position and Casca caring about him, like, a lot.
Novel concept, yeah.
Well, no, I mean, like, I didn't want to say anything because it would ruin the scene, I thought. But when she comes up to him with the medicine, she didn't do the kind of the acquaintance thing
of like tossing the medicine to him and being like, hey, this will help.
There's 3 levels to it then, if you want to go with that route. That's the acquaintance levels. Yes, here's some medicine. Judo said you could use it for that. There's the friend side of things where you're like, hey, by the way, I have some medicine here that Judo said you could use. Would you mind if I helped you administer it? And then there's the next level, which is where you don't tell them what they're doing and you just take off their bandages. Essentially kind of disrobing them, and, you know...
Sure.
There's nothing overtly or anything sensual about it, but there is this aspect of...
No, that was an intimate moment.
That was very intimate. Yeah. Yes, thank you. It can be intimate without it being sensual or sexual. Yeah. So for Casca, in this moment, she realizes she owes Griffith in a lot of ways her life, and this isn't like her paying him back or anything. I think this is just her showing kind of honor or kind of respect to him in a way.
Just point out, you said Griffith. She does kind of owe Griffith her life. But,
did I say Griffith?
Yeah,
I keep interchanging Griffith and Guts' names in my head because they both start with the G.
And
so
the character designs are very similar.
With Guts, she feels like she owes him her life, and this is kind of a deference and honor, a respectful thing to do, if you will. Yeah. And it has the air of, without context, being potentially a kind of a sensual moment.
Because normally she basically will verbally bite his head off.
Yeah, or never do anything like this, unless specifically ordered to by Griffith.
And then she punches him afterwards in the wounds. Yeah.
Well, that was when she first met him, too.
Right,
now, there has been some years, there's been some time, there's been some things that have happened.
Right.
But one of the things that's very kind of good to bring up is that I think this is more something along the lines of Casca having just a lot going through her mind right now.
Sure.
With the things that Griffith Guts did this last fight.
Yep.
He didn't have to save her. He didn't have to protect her. Now, it's the right thing to do, right? We tell ourselves that. Well, it's the right thing to do. Well, the thing is that in this world, I don't think people just do things because they're the right thing to do. And I think that's
maybe when it's convenient.
Well, yeah, maybe when it's convenient, but I think when it's really hard and it's not and there's no guaranteed thing, kind of like the Guts was laughing at the doctor. I can't guarantee your survival. And Guts is like, what? Yeah. What the hell is that? Guarantee. Yeah. It's a meta thing because we as the viewers are like, Guts,
see,
Guts, you don't know this, but you're actually guaranteed to survive. So, for at least a while.
Yeah. Yep.
But the fact that he could have done the little things to keep his percentage of survival at a high point at the expense of her.
Right. And granted, there was probably a lot of pent-up anger and aggression, that he's like, I've really been feeling like I want to kill things recently.
Yeah, absolutely. But
the point still stands.
But it's one of those things of where Guts being the protagonist, sometimes we end up relegating them to being just a good guy.
Exactly.
So we kind of throw off these little things that they do. And Casca had to ask him, or wait, no, she didn't actually. Guts kind of prefaced it, which is also a little bit telling, in that he's like, just don't get the wrong idea. Like, I didn't do this specifically for you. And it's like, why do you have to say that? Like, why do you feel like you have to say that?
Right. Well, I guess in this situation, it actually kind of works because the whole fact that while she is a capable fighter, she was not in fighting condition, and there were 100 people.
That's true.
So
yeah,
like they actually had the thing of the person saying, "All right, you go, I'll stay here." Had it make sense, even in how it totally didn't make sense, because one person standing against 100, it's like, come on, you don't even have like a choke point or something, but it's
from all angles,
right. But the idea is that no, Casca needed to run.
Yeah. I mean, in a way, her running also got a little bit lucky as well. But the point I'm trying to make is that when they have their discussion up there by the tree, you can really feel a lot of Guts' heart in this moment.
Yeah,
you really kind of understand how separate he feels.
This is like the pair for the conversation that they had, where Casca told him about her backstory and where she was coming from and all that, and had that really vulnerable discussion. This is Guts' equivalent for that.
Yeah. It's good. Because I would want to hear kind of your feedback, or just kind of your take on this conversation, because he kind of monologues for a bit.
Yeah.
She just kind of listens for a majority of it.
Same kind of thing that happened in the tree.
Yes. Monologuing is easier to write, so there's that.
Well, yeah, but also the idea that they're being understanding enough of the other person to actually listen, Whereas before, they might
just
not have...
being so dumbfounded that the other person is monologuing that they're like, holy
right,
crap, I better not say anything because this
hasn't
never happened
before. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's more along the lines of what it is, because I don't think either of these people are very understanding. Like, Casca and Guts are very, not Griffith, let's just say that. Like,
right.
Like, they're very different people. In a lot of ways, they're more similar to each other than they are to Griffith. And I think that Guts' vulnerability in this moment showed Casca in a lot of ways how similar they are, and in a way how similar Guts is now to where she was a while back when she didn't have a purpose or a dream, and she kind of jumped onto the bonfire of dreams that is Griffith.
Yeah. I love that whole, that part, that talk where Guts is, talking about how he's like, all these people have their hopes and dreams, and
it's almost like I can see them as I'm up here watching above them all.
Yep.
Like individually. And he's like, if you look, you won't see mine though. Oh, he says that later, but then she says, oh yeah, like a bonfire of dreams. He's like, wow, that's beautiful. Yeah. It's like, I almost thought you were the princess for a second. She's like, hey, shut up, He's like, okay, fine. I'm just trying to give you a compliment, but whatever. But I guess she doesn't like the princess because of reasons, so
yeah,
he could have just said that's beautiful, and then it would have been like, whoa, Guts.
Or just like, where did that come from?
The more realistic Guts response, yeah. So Casca, hearing all this, I think in a lot of ways feels connected to Guts in a way that maybe she hasn't felt with Griffith. Because Griffith, in a lot of ways, feels so distant in how far above everything he is, that it almost feels like you're reaching up and out to him, kind of like the anime grasping at the star trope, with their hand and then grabbing it with their I love that trope. It's a really good one,
but that doesn't really go too well for relationships.
It doesn't really go too well for relationships, especially when you really love the person and they're not really reciprocating your feelings because they are in love with their dream. Right. So Guts in this moment is a guy who has kind of bared his vulnerability to her
and his muscles.
Point is, he has let her in on the fact that he doesn't feel, he feels out of place here, and yet he doesn't necessarily have like a desire or a lack of desire to be here. It's more of that he's become aware of just his lack of the dream. He doesn't have the dream. So the question will be in the coming episodes, will he adopt a dream? Will he,
what will it be? And
will he not adopt a dream and just, start planning to leave things and stuff? That actually might, because, we've been thinking about this for a while. I mean, you've seen this stuff already, but like, Guts isn't with the Band of the Hawk in the first episode.
Nope.
Band of the Hawk isn't there. So at some point, him leaving or getting kicked out or something like that is very possible. And if it's something along the lines of, it's just a sad thing about a guy that never caught on to the dream of those that did.
Sure.
And maybe that's it. It's not that, they had some horrible sundering. It's just that Guts had some kind of, like, just moment of lack of identity. He's just realizing, what do I have?
Right.
I can kill a lot of people with my sword. Cool. Right. That doesn't mean anything. It's kind of pointless.
Guts' life has never really slowed down enough for him to ask those questions.
I sincerely doubt that being the case and that it's slowed down. I don't think he's ever been put into a position where he had to ask the question.
Oh.
I think he's been pushing those kinds of questions away.
Sure.
Because he likes the simple life. He likes keeping things... I just swing my sword. Yeah. That's what I like doing.
Hence why the fact that, one, he's asking these questions, but the fact that he's opening up about this to Casca. About how he doesn't feel like he, has much of a purpose in life, and that he feels, out of place in the Band of the Hawk and everything. How should I say this? That's not something episode 2 Guts would have done.
No, it's not. In a way, it is showing. You're right. It is showing Guts' character development, but more so how the Band of the Hawk has actually given him a purpose already, and he's not.
Even if it's just to find a purpose right now.
Yeah, it's not fully fleshed out yet.
Right.
It's something where Guts will probably find a purpose. And when he finds it, it will then kind of go back to my previous question of whether or not his dream is compatible with the one that Griffith has.
Because what was that whole thing Griffith said about how, you know, a true friend is the person that goes after a dream of their own, but not mine, and they go after it no matter what, even if it ends up clashing with mine.
That was like the most dripping with foreshadowing scene in this entire show. Everything that Griffith said at the fountain with the princess. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, there's so many things in there that you can read into, and they don't lead to anything specific, but you can tell they're leading. They're leading
something or somewhere.
Yeah. And when Guts has these realizations on a high point, you know, with the girl nearby,
right,
and there being some kind of tension between them, potentially, and Gus is monologuing. Wow, this scene really is mirrored, actually. Oh my gosh, and there's the opposite of the fire and water. The bonfire of dreams and the fountain of dreams.
Oh. This really is an elemental show.
No, but one of the things that the show likes to bring up is how opposite Griffith and Guts are.
Yep, absolutely.
Like, the show really wants you to, like... They want to hammer it into, like, Guts, like, hammers in a dead body with, like, his sword. He's like, clang, 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 you know?
And when they were in the tree, there was a river just outside. Or more like a stream, but...
When they were in the tree.
When Guts and Casca were in the tree.
Oh!
There was that little stream that was just outside.
Oh, sure.
So.
Sure.
Yeah.
And the stream could be a representation of the river that was in Casca's past.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
The writer's all like, Keikaku Dori, you know, like...
But it's like, this is like, this is one of those things where whenever I watch something like this, right? Because in my mind, I see Guts as like the D&D barbarian, right?
Right.
This is how you make a barbarian character, like, interesting.
Yeah.
You don't have to make it so that they're, like, constantly dealing with these sorts of things, right? You can still have it be so that their main thing is that, you know, they kill people.
I smash people and I kill them with my big sword.
Right. Nice grog voice. Yeah,
thank you.
But then you have these little moments like this that can mean so much because you know how big of a deal it is for a person like this.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we go from Guts being all, I would like to rage, to... I'm really thinking about my purpose in this world, and you people are like my family, so I want to have my purpose be within my family, but these questions, I don't know if I find them in my family. So,
yeah.
It's like, oh, my heart, my tears, like I can feel the heat in my eyes coming just thinking about Guts having this really chaotic life that's brought him to a potential family.
Right.
And one of the scariest things I've seen just people do, myself, many others included, is once we get too close to a good thing, we'll self-sabotage.
Sure.
And we'll do some really stupid things out of our own insecurities, our own fears, our own inadequacies, essentially, our own humanity.
Yep.
And ruin the good thing.
Right.
And it's something really horrible that just happens. And I don't think Guts is there yet. But I think if Guts had maybe something really good start to happen. Like, in a lot of ways, I don't want to go this route here because I really like Casca's character. But if Casca started to actually, like, fall for Guts, and her and Guts started to get close, I could see Guts potentially freaking out.
Gotcha. I was going to say... What is this talk about? Like, I like Casca's character, but if something like that happened, you know, and I'm like, wait, and then I realized that you're talking about Guts being the whole,
If Guts freaks out because he starts getting a family, he starts getting a purpose, he gets a little friendly with Casca, things start going very well, and then maybe, you know, something else kind of comes in, or maybe just at the very least he starts, like, you know, thinking like, I don't deserve all these good things. Like, you know, I'm used to having kind of the thrill of the nearly dying experience, you know, or something like that. I want to swing my sword, and he, you know, reverts back and ruins a good thing. and I don't want any of those things to happen, but I look at this moment and I look at it as a time where Guts came very close, probably in his mind, to some kind of self-sabotage. But it's people like Casca, it's people like Griffith that kind of make it better. And I love his little bit of grabbing the other guys by the shoulders, like, let's go drink to celebrate and stuff. And they're like, I'm not going to be responsible for this, am I?
He's like, no, it'll disinfect the wounds from the inside.
That's your 10 intelligence sometimes is showing, and it just makes you so endearing. So well done. That little bit though, where Guts kind of bumped Casca into Griffith. It was like, wait, Guts, like, did you really just do that? Like that might have been a bad move. Like there's certain things where Guts kind of has to be a little bit careful because he's a little bit too casual sometimes. Right. And I know Griffith has all the position and stuff, and he's still a member of the Band of the Hawk in a lot of ways. But like I could see Griffith in a more public kind of position, being like, you know, excuse me.
Well, right, but this was not that.
This was not that.
Yeah.
So I get it. It works and stuff.
Yeah.
But it felt a little bit like, hey, don't touch Casca. And she doesn't want to be like bumped around like that. She's not your.
Right. Yeah.
I get that to him maybe. Oh, that's a big point. Casca is everyone's big sister, you know, but to Guts, Casca is his little sister. Meaning that like. Oh, my little sister likes this guy. Like, come on, go.
Yeah.
A little bit of help, go. You know, you know, kind of like, oh, no, I didn't do anything. What?
Right. I'll just rest the blade of my sword on my shoulder.
And before he can get any repercussions, he grabs two guys. Oh, quick, make my escape! Get out of there and get my drink on. I like that Griffith keeps it simple. He was like, yeah, welcome back. Glad to have you back. I felt so much though for Casca because it was kind of like Griffith's not really acknowledging still the like the obvious of what Guts was doing, you know. But it's like the episode ended before we could have like
I know. Yeah.
See, I just want characters to be happy. Like I don't really care. Like I don't ship any characters in this show. And I really feel like that's probably somewhat a thing in this show. It's like, who do you ship Casca with, you know? It's like, oh, God. But, like, I just want Casca to be happy. I want Guts to be happy. I want Griffith to be happy. I want the Band of the Hawk to be happy. I want all these things to work out, at the very least, in such a way where, you know, people get some of their dreams realized, and maybe some of them have to give up their dreams in order to make other people's dreams realized.
Sure.
But in these moments and stuff, I just want like tender, like just happiness and stuff.
But then at the same time, you remember like, wait a minute, this is Berserk. How like happy is this gonna go?
It could be kind of well.
It's like it's the whole idea that the first episode being like dark and dismal and stuff that doesn't like.
It doesn't inspire a lot of hope.
It doesn't inspire a lot of hope, but at the same time, it's like, but it doesn't have to go that bad, you know. Yeah.
Well, for now, everyone's back together.
That is
band
true.
is back in town, and the
band. Oh, right, because the Band of the Hawk.
Yeah. I was gonna say the boys, but then I was realized that Casca isn't a boy, so I said the band, and you were a little bit slow on the uptake, but that's cool, you know. All right, guys, this was a fun episode. I'm glad everything's sort of worked out.
Yep.
And that was just a fantastic conversation going on with Guts and Casca. I should probably rewatch this show just for that conversation and the fountain conversation.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It's good stuff. All right, guys, if you want to watch the next episode's reaction right now, go check out that link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us about stories or whatever. And if that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.